Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you my process in drawing the new Paloraptor creature that was announced in the recent Monster Hunter Wilds game. I'm assuming most of you watching here are a fan of the series. I started my journey back in 2004 on the PS2 as a greatsword user. Any veterans out there, let me know, which games did you prefer, the older ones or the new ones? Now for the drawing, I've taken my scanned sketch and put it into Photoshop. I'm using my custom brush to pick a dark gray color, and I'm starting to go over the lines here. So with this brush, I have chosen a textured one that mimics the same way a pencil would look when you put it down on paper. And I'm applying a very light amount of pressure because I don't want the final look of this piece to show much of my line work. But if you're making a drawing that incorporates much of your line work, it's usually best to have variation in the line weight so the image is more dynamic and not so flat on the page. So with that, I'll meet you back once I've completed the design and we'll get started with coloring. So here you see me separating each component into 3 layers and 3 base colors. Now before continuing, I want to quickly break down the underlying structure using shapes for those that might find it helpful. Beginning with the main body as the largest section helps me to establish where the limbs are going to connect. Being aware of the skeletal structure is also something I take into account. And don't be afraid to look at references when drawing creatures that have a similar anatomy to that of your own design. No matter how knowledgeable you may be with a particular subject matter, you never really pick up on all the little nuances that reality can reveal. You'll notice this more so when studying live models or out in nature. For this design, I've referenced this image of a raptor to better understand the folds of each muscle fiber as it wraps around the bone. Another good point to bring up is the way light interacts with these shapes. And placing an indication of where the sunlight is helps me know where to put my shadow shapes. Keep this in mind for later on once I start adding colors to these sections that I'm darkening now. Using the eyedropper tool, I select the base color and move down the gradients panel to pick a darker tone. With my brush opacity set to about half, I begin to build up my values, darkening the areas that are recessed and in shadow. And always pay attention to the direction of your brush strokes, and make sure you follow the contour of each shape as you place down your colors. Here I'll show a comparison of two apples. The left one has the line strokes following the form and the other is done haphazardly. You get a better sense of what I mean when I overlay these two apples using grid lines. So with that, I'll let the remainder of this video play out and I'll meet you back once I'm about finished with the design. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and let me know in the comments what questions you might have regarding the steps I took in designing the Paloraptor, and what ideas you may have for future drawings related to this genre. So take care, and I'll see you next time.